all power.
Yeah. Piecing my pieces together. Too young to ever say never, but I don't know better. Show some respect if you clever. Mixing the business with pleasure. I got that bass you can measure. She got a thing for the.
Tell me, baby, what I wanna hear. Make me feel like I have nothing to fear. Make this last forever, if only for a night. Look me in the eyes, baby. Say we'll be alright. Say we'll be alright. Say we'll be alright. Say we'll be alright. Tell me, baby, what I wanna hear. Make me feel like I have nothing to fear. Make this last forever, if only for a night. Look me in the eyes, baby. Say we'll be alright. Say we'll be alright. Say we'll be alright.
You call me a sinner, I call myself a saint. Living the hallelujah, today we close to pray. I'm feeling all happy, don't care about the fame. So now we living like it was our last day. Hey, don't mind the gravity, all the things are We had a barbecue in San Tropez. It May with some friends drinking booze, getting all loose. We drove the cars to the beach on the outside of the street, sat around a bonfire, eating marshmallows all night. We were young at the time, I know it, but you were so damn fine. Couldn't get you on my mind. We were young at the time, I know it, but I wanted something more than you. 'Cause you wanna be free for the summer. Free for the summer, free for the sun. You wanna be free for the summer. Free for the summer, free for the summer. Free for the summer. Free for the summer. We met again later this summer at the beach in San Tropez. I was with my friends, you were by yourself. You came to hang out with me when the summer reaches end. Then I worth your attention, but I had enough playing this game with yours. We were young at the time, I know it, but you were so damn fine. Couldn't get you on my mind. We were young at the time, I know it, but I wanted something more than you. 'Cause you wanna be free for the summer. Free for the summer, free for the sun. You wanna be free for the summer. Free for the summer, free for the summer. Free for the summer. Free for the summer. Free for the summer.
Speaking of tires, we should take out all these tires.
Base laps are done.
Right.
All right, everybody. We're here. We're ready for 40-something laps of racing here. We got the PRA Wreckfest Invitational. I'm joined in the booth by none other Wired. What's up, Wired?
Not much. What's going on, man?
We're just ready to bring a good race tonight. 40-something laps. We're going to be running about 37 races. Or 37 laps around this track. We got about a few minutes before we get going. We're going to run about 2-3 pace laps. All these guys are going to get into the right order. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to be running 37 something laps around Fire Rock Raceway main circuit reverse. We are on realistic damage. These are some of the best guys in PRA racing. what we have, how these guys get here last night. If you tuned in, we had the heat races in the LCQ, and that's what brought us here to this race. These guys made it in through their heat races in the LCQ. Now they're into the main event. So before we do it, we're going to go ahead and get into the starting lineup. Go ahead and take it away for us, Wired.
Yeah, so in pole, we got Zuris, our overall top qualifier there. Very quick guy. Second place, we got I Think I Can W. He's the Gold Series champion from last season. We should see some quick laps and good stuff out of him for sure. Third, we got M. Schwartz. He was one of the only guys challenging W there on the last week 5. Fourth, we got Squeller, my fellow Canadian. Fifth, we got AYDY. Sixth is Roush Racing. The surprise of the event, actually, as he hasn't really been racing in Wreckfest for quite a while. Seventh, we got Frylock, the newcomer of the pack. Eighth, we got D West, the Silver Series champion. So he's going to be moving up into gold this next season. In ninth, we got Bobby. And in 10th, we have our man, Luke Mann, qualifying out of the LCQ.
All right. So that's who we got. That's the starting lineup. That's how we got here to this event. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to talk to our in-race reporter, Luke Mann 96. Luke Mann, you got a copy?
What's up, guys?
All righty. Well, what do you think about tonight? 37-something laps and realistic damage.
I think it's a lot of fast guys here. Obviously faster than me, 'cause I had to come through the LCQ, you know. But it'll be a blast. All these guys are fast, and it'll be a good challenge to see if I can work my way through the field.
All right. Wired, you got a question for the all-time wins leader and Wreckfest champion?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what it's like racing with a bunch of these new guys. Obviously, you were kind of the dominant force in the league for a long time, and all of a sudden you got W, Zuri, Squeller, all these fast guys. What's it like racing with these boys?
I mean, it's definitely different than what I was used to in the first years of the PRA Wreckfest leagues. Because these guys came in, and they're obviously way faster than I am. But you know what I like to think? I like to think that they all learn from me. You know, I'm the old guy here, and they all came in, and I was a target there, and they all did their best to try to beat me week in and week out, and here we are, and I'm in the back of these 10 cars.
All right, Luke. Now, I think you have a special announcement for us as we get ready to go green. You want to go ahead and quickly share that for us?
So my announcement is, after this race and next week's race for the PRA Challenge, I'm going to be doing a soft retirement from PRA Wreckfest. Gonna take a break for a little while, and who knows, I might come back eventually, but I'm going to be sitting out for at least next season, and probably the season's coming after that.
Well, you hear it here first. Good luck, Luke Mann, in tonight's event. We're about to go green and kick it off. Hopefully, you'll be able to do a strong running for the last time in PRA as of right now. All right, wow, that's shocking. Luke Mann, 96, all-time wins, all-time Wreckfest champion, hanging it up. But we're about to go green here, Wired. I'm about to go ahead and get these guys up underway. We're about to get ready to go green. 37 laps around this track. Hyper in the black and yellow Speedy about to pull off into pit lane. We're going a brisk 37 miles an hour. Hyper pulls off. W is in second. We're getting ready to go green. Green. All right, looks like we're underway for 40 laps realistic damage. Wired, what do you think of this event?
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, this is probably one of the longest races that I've seen, at least in my experience in PRA Wreckfest here. And some of these guys, they're used to the shorter laps and the oval, especially Zuri's there. We always say that he's our oval ace, and you know he's great on the oval, but we'll see how he can do in 40 laps of a road course here.
I mean, he was the top qualifier. You know, yesterday at Midwest, he did put up the best time out of everybody. That's what earned him the pole position. Although he did kind of choke his heat race. He almost didn't win his heat race. He was dominating, but spun out twice, and he had to battle just to get in by the heater. He'd be going to the LCQ.
And who knows, that might have been, if that was fatigue, that was only a 10-lap race, so we'll see how he does in a 40-lapper.
Well, yep, 40 laps. What's your big takeaway when it comes to realistic damage?
I haven't raced on realistic too much on Wreckfest. I do know that it's definitely a lot harder. Like the little beating and banging that we do in PRA Wreckfest is fine when you're on normal damage, but when you're on realistic, your car can get pretty messed up pretty quick. So they really have to take care of their cars here and really race super clean.
Well, we're running, like we said a billion times, we're running probably the longest race in PRA. This is going to be the prerequisite for the summer event that's going to be happening. We're going to have hundreds of dollars on the line. It's going to be the PRA Open. And fun fact about this, the winner of this event will be automatically locked into the main event of the PRA Open that will be happening over the summer. That will be a huge event, 3-day event, $100 on hundreds, not just 100, hundreds of dollars on the line. I got a lot of sponsors we're bringing on board for that event. It's going to be the biggest event in Wreckfest history. So this is kind of like an invite only for all the PRA guys to go ahead and punch their ticket to the main event. But I want to go ahead and look through the field here and see what the damage is looking like. I think the lowest person right now is Bobby. He's in last place, following Lukeman 96. He has 93 health left, which is okay. You know, he's in the back of the pack, keeping it clean. You know, probably buying his time, but you don't want to wait around too long because then you're done. I mean, you have too much ground to make up and not a lot of time.
Yeah, too much ground to make up and a lot of quick guys that'll be pulling away from you here.
The battle I'm on right now is Zuris and Squeller. So these guys, they're running fairly decent times up there with W. They're going to nudge each other out of the way. I think Squeller says it's time to go. He's also a PRA commentator. Schwartz is looking to pounce right outside the back window. If anybody can give W a run, I think it's going to be Schwartz, honestly. Schwartz, I think this is going to be Schwartz deal. So Schwartz is going to have to get rid of this traffic here before too long and make his way up to the front. I don't know. I mean, realistic damage. I mean, your car is going to be handling a lot different than what it would if you get a fender bender on normal damage.
Yeah, absolutely here. And like you said, Schwartzy is likely one of the top contenders for challenging W here. I was watching some practice laps, and Frylock was keeping pace with him pretty good. So we might be able to see Frylock if he can get past this pack. We might be able to see him challenge W here.
Let's pop on board with Frylock. I'm in the cam right now, looking out of his cockpit. I'm in the cockpit camera. He just put down his fastest lap of the race, which was a 57.327. Actually, that's the fastest one, not just a PR, but a lobby best. So just like you're saying, I mean, he was putting down good lap times in practice. Well, seems like it's paying off in the heat race or in the main event.
Yeah, and we're only seeing 1/100th of a second between Frylock and W there, so they're very close on this track. And if Frylock can get around these guys, and you know W makes a little mistake, maybe he might be able to catch him and put some pressure on him.
Here's my thing: if just think about if W wasn't in here right now, the battle for what would be the lead is crazy intense with Schwartz, Frylock, and Squeller. That just goes to show you what type of dominant racer that man is. I mean, he's got to get out of here. He's going to the Global Series next year or next season with Schwartz. Them two guys are going to be going and racing against the best of the best in the world. And
that'll be definitely fun to watch those two boys, see how they stack up with everyone.
Well, it looks like our pace car DNF'd. I think the game DNF'd him because he didn't complete a lap, which that's okay. We just don't have a pace car anymore. It was pretty for the front of the show. Anyways, we're about a quarter of a way through here. Just want to go ahead and get down the lineup. We got Zuri's in first, or W in first, Zuri second, Schwartz third, Squeller fourth, fifth is Frylock, sixth is Rouse Racing, seventh is D. Westberg, the Silver Series champion. Then we have in eighth, we got AYDY, ninth Luke Man, 10th Bobby. It looks like W took back over the fastest lap with a 57.153. He is just taking it over, it seems like, each and every week.
Yeah, he's definitely very, very fast. And once he gets out of the way of everyone, gets clean open air, it seems that he really never makes a mistake. He's very consistent.
Well, here's what I'm curious about. Zuri's is he's clear of traffic, it seems like. So he's probably going to have an opportunity to run down W. Like I said, W, he's a cheat code. Always been a cheat code, always will. But we welcome everybody into PRA. And the main reason I'm starting this global series is to showcase the global talent on Wreckfest, but as well give W some competition week in and week out. We got some of the best guys all around the world coming in. I mean, these guys hold multiple world records, multiple top 10s. And I mean, who knows what that's going to bring? Maybe he'll be up to the challenge.
Yeah, and some of them are holding multiple top 10s on multiple platforms too. I know some of the guys hold top 10 and world records on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, so they're very, very fast.
All right, Wyatt, I got a question for you. What's going to be the key of winning this race for everybody except for W? What's going to be the key to win this?
I think really playing it patiently. So like Schwartz here, if I was in Schwartz position and W was non-existent, I would probably sit behind Zuri's and keep pressuring him, keep nice and close to him, but I wouldn't pass him until, the last few laps and just kind of watch how he's driving, wait for the fatigue to set in and make your strike late. And that way you preserve your car's damage and, keep that speed up. And hopefully Zuri's doesn't mess up. And if he does, then I would fly right by him into the finish line.
So, all right. Here's the second part of that question. How are we going to catch W? Is there a chance of catching W in this event?
Like I said, I think W really just needs to either make a mistake or also have some fatigue set in and start setting slower laps and have slower pacing. And if that happens and these guys keep pushing and are able to set clean laps, they'll be able to catch them.
I mean, it's a 40-lap event. Anything can happen. I mean, one mess up and your car's toast. So, just going back down through the field, I just want to see who has the fewest health. It looks like right now it is Bobby in ninth place with 88% left. That's not going to hurt anything. Looking through here, see if we got any damage. It looks like Luke Man has a little bit of suspension damage. He's a little bit yellow in the suspension damage, but it seems like everybody else going through the field, it's fine. So, 13 laps in out of 40. They're not letting W get too far away. I feel like if Schwartz gets around Zuri's, he'll have a good chance at running him down because he has just set his fastest time, which is a 57.058. Do you think we're going to see a time under 57 seconds?
If these guys keep going like they are, I'm sure we'll be able to see it. I think Schwartzy needs to get around Zuri's, though, to be able to get some clean air and set some fast lap times. If anyone can do it, it'll be between him and W for sure.
Well, I'm just fascinated on this battle right now, just for second place. If W wasn't a thing, man, if W wasn't a thing, this battle would be very intense. But we can't discourage somebody just because we're afraid of them. I mean, these guys got to step up to the plate and do what they think they can do in order to dethrone basically who I'd call the king of Wreckfest on the North American side. However, the king of Wreckfest internationally is your man Yoshi66, and
Legend.
He will be racing in the PRA Global Series. And I was talking to W about that, and he's a little nervous about him. He's a little nervous about competing against him just because, I mean, he is the king of Wreckfest.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah, I messed that up.
I think it's going to be another situation kind of like what happened with Luke Man, where all these guys are going to have to get into this series and really push to try and take him out and beat his lap times and his pacing and beat him in races week in and week out.
Well, speaking of Luke, man, I want to pop on board with him and just talk about him. And this is his last official race by himself. He'll be competing in the challenge. That'll be happening next week. And but as far as his individual race, this will be his last one in PRA Wreckfest. I mean, he's raced every single season, all-time laps leader, all-time wins leader, all-time champion. I mean, he's won the most championships out of everybody. I mean, he's been with me in PRA since 2014. So, you know, hearing he's hanging it up from Wreckfest, you know, I'm kind of sad, and but I feel like it is what needs to be done. I mean, new competitions come in. He can't put in enough time that he wants to in order to be successful, as successful as he wants to be, at least. And he's going to go focus his talents on GT7 and Grand Theft Auto 5, which both are under the PRA umbrella. So I mean, yeah, it sucks that he's going away from Wreckfest. Well, not officially. Let me clarify. He said a soft retirement, so he'll probably come back for the one-off, two-off races, stuff like that in the events. But, I mean, he's got 2 more events. He's going to have a team versus team on Sunday, and then next week he's going to have he's a team captain for the challenge. So he has the number 1 overall pick in the challenge. So it's him, Zuri, Squeller, and W are the captains. And that draft is going to be coming up on Tuesday. He has the number 1 overall pick, and I'm not trying to tell him who to pick, but you just heard the captains, and you know who's available. Who would you take with the first overall pick?
I'm not too sure who I would pick. I mean, obviously there's a lot of fast guys, and
all right, well, you got to think who you can't pick. Luke Mann's the captain, W's the captain, Zuri's is the captain, and then Squeller's a captain. So out of the Gold Series drivers, I mean, come on now. It's on the tip of your tongue. I know who it would be.
Yeah, it'd probably be Frylock.
Oh, you're going with Frylock.
I'm going with the new blood. I got to take him.
Wow. Well,
I like Schwartzy. He is very fast, but I don't know. I feel like Frylock's got it in him to be able to surpass him. I'm always into the underdog story, so.
Well, I mean, you're picking Frylock to be picked overall. I'm picking Schwartz. We'll have to find out Tuesday who's going where on the teams. That's gonna be a lot of fun. That's gonna be really a lot of fun. It's gonna be a three quote unquote week event, but all of it's happening in 2 days. All the teams will face off against each other, and then the playoffs will happen. And
I think Luke Mann will likely end up taking Schwartz. I mean, he's a veteran and he knows how quick Schwartzy is, and I don't see him picking anyone else. But if it was me, I would take Frylock. I love an underdog.
Well, let's look at his times here. Frylock. Yeah, well, he has the fastest time of the race, a 56.999. So, I mean, we were curious if people were going to get underneath the 57, and he did by the closest margin you possibly can.
It's a nice, clean number. I like it.
You know, there's a lot of exciting stuff happening in the PRA. Season 12 is getting ready to start up, coming up at the end of the month with Season 12. We're going to have the bronze, silver, and gold action again. We've been busy this offseason in the month of March. We got a League versus League event happening. We got a League versus League event happening Sunday. The Challenge draft day is on Tuesday. Then the Challenge is Thursday and Friday. And then the week after, we got the PRA preseason events. That's going to be the sorting out of all the drivers into their respective divisions. But like I said, we know W and Schwartz, them 2 guys, they're going to be racing against the global guys. So a lot of exciting stuff. What event are you most looking forward to, Ard?
I think I'm definitely most looking forward to. Obviously, I wish I could race in the team versus team. Unfortunately, with my work schedule, it's not going to work. But I'm definitely excited to watch that, and hopefully get some of these bronze guys battling and fighting with some golds. It'd be fun to watch.
So, the structure for the challenge is it's going to be 4 teams of 5 with 1 reserve driver. So, obviously all the captains then named off their Gold Series drivers, and then round 1 will be nothing but Gold Series. You only can pick Gold Series drivers. Rounds 2 and 3 will be Silver Series. So you'll have 8 gold, 8 silver, and then the last 2 rounds, which will be the 4th round, is Bronze Series, and then your 4 reserve drivers are going to be a Bronze Series driver. So you got 2 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze, or in 2 bronze. Well, only one's going to be racing. So yeah, I mean, you got a mixture of a lot of different talent, and it's going to be interesting to see how these guys are going to compete against one another. I love these events where the series can just mix and match and mingle with each other.
Absolutely, it's a lot of fun, and it gives some of the Bronze and Silver Series drivers a chance to see really how quick these gold guys are.
And just looking at here, you got 8 gold drivers, and then you got D. Westberg, who's going to be a gold driver. He won the Silver Series championship. He was racing this event. And Roush Racing, who's a Silver Series driver, who's been very he's been part-time. He hasn't been the most consistent with racing, but when he comes in, I mean, he puts on a show. That's why I called him the surprise of the race. So the divisions seem to be working out. Obviously, there's no bronze drivers in here because, I mean, the skill gap. There's golden and the top silver guys.
I would be very amazed if we saw some bronze guys in here. I signed up and kind of went into it knowing I wasn't going to make the final event, but I just wanted to race and have fun with everyone. So.
And I mean, if you think about it this way, if a bronze driver did make it in, we would have to be reconsidering if he's really a bronze driver.
For sure.
With the speed of him. I mean, I'm a Silver Series driver. I raced in this last night, and I couldn't make it in. I finished second in the LC Cube, right behind Luke, man, and I was one position off of transferring into this race. Now I'd be in the position Luke, man, would be in. I think. Do we have a caution? I think I heard something. Not too sure.
Maybe with everyone seems to
entertain the viewers for us as we jump into the race chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so these guys, they're very fast, very fun to drive. Definitely someone we should be looking out for here is Frylock. I mean, he has the fastest lap, and he's taken 4th from Squeller. So, unfortunately, my Canadian brethren's fallen down to 5th. Let's see, where's Schwartzy? I want to see what Schwartz is up to. Yep, he's got some clean air, hoping to catch up with W. Zuri's here. Zuri's wants to catch Schwartz. I can't find him. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, so we just need some guys up front to make mistakes, and if not, they should have some clean racing all the way through. Let's see where's some action. We got AY trying to catch up with Roush here as they go into this long sweeping right turn. How about damage? What do we got for damage? Looks like Bobby's still... Oh no, AYDY, 85%, and with some damage to his suspension. Roush has got some damage to his suspension with 77. So just over half this race complete, and these guys are still... Their cars are still looking okay.
Come on, get it, boys.
What do we got here? So I want to hop on with Squeller here. Squeller's my hometown friend, and I'll always be rooting for him at heart. Obviously, you all know him. He's another commentator here, and he's looking to catch Frylock after Frylock took that position from him.
Well, it looks like it's starting to get chippy here with at least the back half of the group. We're starting to see like the battle starting to brew for 7th place. I mean, Roush, he has the lowest damage out of everybody, well, the most damage out of everybody, and at 77, his car's not really turning good. You see AY's off in the grass. So these guys get together, there might be a wreck. Who knows? I know W doesn't want to see the wreck. He's well far away, and he really took the fastest time, of course, at a 56.903.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I knew W would do it eventually. It's just a matter of setting that lap time. But no, if these guys in the back of the pack start fighting and there's an unfortunate wreck, I mean, if we get a caution, we might be able to see Schwartz make a move on W, or Frylock being pretty close to his lap time might be able to make a move on him as well.
Well, you got to think about this. These guys are basically running some hot laps, a lot of practicing, basically. So if we do get a late restart, they're going to be very warmed up to the track and know where their marks are at.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see a caution coming out, but AY, Bobby, and Luke Man are closing in on each other, and you never know what might happen. I mean, going green to the ends is a good possibility. I mean, I don't think a late race caution is going to change too much. I'm not praying for a caution. I'm not hoping for one, but, you know, there's always a possibility for one.
Do we have a caution cutoff for this race?
Yeah, the caution cutoffs are going to be what it normally is. It's going to be lap 38. Once lap 38 hits, there's going to be no more cautions. That avoids like a one lap restart. So if we do get a caution lap 38, it'll be a green-white checker. These two guys, however, I'm on board with Luke, man. Looking at the AY, DY, and Bobby battle.
Side by side.
Coming into this sweeping corner. Luke, man, has a pretty good view of what's going to happen. They're all trying to race down Roush right now. Trying to run him down as these three guys get together. Wow. I mean, you don't want to beat up your car too much because you only have 100 health to use up the whole entire race, and just the slightest nudge can damage your health.
This Luke man's trying to take a little undercut here, diving in.
See, my thing with Luke, man, his suspension is a little bit yellow right now, so you never know. That might affect the way his car handles over some bumps.
Absolutely, and it's the same deal with AYDY. His suspension's a little beaten up as well.
Oh shit!
These
So
guys
we'll
are
look out on them fighting and see how his car handles it.
Well, don't look now, but I think they're actually catching up on Roush. So if Roush gets in the mix of this 4-car battle, no telling what's going to happen. Let's go through the field a little bit here. Seems like Squeller and Frylock, they've been battling the whole entire time. Nothing seems interesting. Zurius is in third. Schwartz is in second. And then W is in first, 99 health. He really hasn't got pushed around at all.
As he damages his front left wheel there, sliding into that wall.
Oh, what? Oh, W did?
W slid into the wall in the final turn and had a little warning notice for his front left wheel.
Oh wow! I mean that's never good. I mean if something was to happen with his wheel, I mean when the wheel falls off, I mean it's not like it's 3 laps left to go. There's 13, 14 laps to go. But these guys in the back, they are racing hard as hell. Oh, I think AY just plowed into the wall, killed the left side of his vehicle. He's down to 71, orange suspension. All these guys are racing pretty hard.
Things are not looking good for AY here now. That tire's looking a little worse for wear, wobbling around like it's not supposed to be there. We'll see how he can handle it.
I'm listening to some of the commentary in the chat. Bobby says he's just trying not to get killed in the turn.
Well, I had to.
Let me go ahead and announcement to the drivers. Cutoff for caution is lap 38. Cutoff for caution, lap 38.
Keep that in mind.
The sad part is that if we wreck now after everything we've said, people are gonna be mad.
Luke Man said, if there's a wreck now, people are going to be mad.
Okay, one person.
Oh, absolutely. If I was W and there was a wreck on the last quarter of this race, I would not be too happy with everyone either.
Well, the pressure's on for W. I mean, he really has ran a clean race. Let me look through the field and make sure everyone's good. He has ran a clean race. 97% health. You know, a little bit of damage like you're saying, but he's going to have 11 laps left. If he can continue to run a clean race and not damage his vehicle, I don't think anybody's going to catch him. But Schwartz has closed the gap a little bit. I have noticed that. He has closed the gap a little bit.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on that too. Just looking through the rear view of W's car just to see who's behind him, and I can see Schwartz has been closing in, and that may be due to the little bit of wheel damage W got earlier on.
So Luke Man, and AY are still racing for what would be last place. These guys are cracking me up. I mean, this is just how many people care about PRA. I mean, you've got these guys. They're not leaving, even though they don't really have the best chance of winning. They're still not leaving. They're coming in here. They're racing for last place.
Yeah, and that's what I find in PRA as a whole. Like even in the Bronze Series, you'll see guys in 11th, 12th, 13th, and they're still fighting just to fight and up their placement in the race. They all care, even that none of them want to be last, and it's good to see.
I don't want to go anywhere with this battle with Bobby, Luke, and AY, but I feel like I've been in a lot of TV time on them. AY's in 10th. The side of his car, that wheel looks like it wants to fall off, so that's never it's never good. Roush is going through. Roush's car looks like it's got beat up. His driver's or his passenger side doors is just flopping.
Yeah, it seems like Squeller has gotten into a little bit of a beating and banging as well. His suspension's a little bit damaged. He's down to 84% on his car. I don't know what happened there. He might have slid into a wall, or him and Frylock might have been having some disagreements on the track.
Well, I think that's the only two people it could be, since they've been around each other the most out of everybody. Let's see what else we have here. Schwartz second. Any exciting battles? I'm going to stay on board with the people in the back. W, sorry you're not getting your TV time when you're so far ahead. We talked about you a little bit. But the battle here is for 7th place with Roush, Bobby, Luke, and AYDY. If an incident's going to happen, I know the fans want one. Me personally, I enjoy good green flag racing. If an incident is going to happen, it's going to happen with these guys. These guys are, I'm looking at the most aggressive drivers on the game right now in one camera angle.
Oh, man. It's always fun to see 3 people battling in last place. And I know some of these guys, they have no problem beating and banging with each other.
That's an interesting line.
I thought he was going to hit the sign.
I did too.
Yep, I mean, have about 9 laps, 8 laps to go. These guys, and nobody wants to finish last, because I mean, then you're going to get hounded by everybody for finishing last, and nobody likes that, of course. I'm just looking at all the damage on these vehicles. I mean, it looks more aggressive than it actually is, but Roush's car seems to have better days. But I mean, he has over 70% left, even with orange suspension.
Yeah, Roush is it may be because he hasn't really raced realistic, or he might not understand just how quick these gold guys are. And obviously, coming out of silver, he's got a lot of pressure on him, and I know I'd be feeling quite nervous if I was in his position. Same with Westberg, the 2 silver boys in this race. I would be absolutely sweating at this point.
Oh, Roush Bout went around there. I don't know if anyone else saw that. He got a little loose, and he Bout went around. Don't know what that was about. Maybe, like you were saying, he felt the pressure from the Gold Series drivers, and it just was too much for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we see Bobby and Luke Man and AY have finally caught up to Roush, so we now have a 4-man pack at the back to see what transpires from this in the last few laps, as Bobby just clears into the side of him.
Yeah, these guys, they're going to race aggressive. They have nothing to lose. I already know they have nothing to lose.
I almost spun him.
I don't know how this is going to work out with all these guys right here, but they seem to make it work out. They're putting on a show for the fans.
We're fucking 2x2 going down the
Absolutely. It's what we need when you have guys like W and Schwartz and Zuri's just checking out of the race.
Oh, man, I don't know what battle you're watching, but this is the one that needs to be watched right now.
Oh, as Luke Man gets a little bit of engine damage there when he bumps into the back of AY.
Oh, man, engine damage. That's not good for him. He needs all the horsepower he can get. These guys are going all over the place. He's got suspension damage.
Oh, no.
Suspension damage went to orange.
Suspension damage, gearbox damage.
Yeah, his damage is lit up like a Christmas tree right now, but he's not lifting. He wants to win this race, or win 7th place.
And Roush now at the back of the pack trying to catch up with everyone else.
It should be.
Yeah, the best racing on the track.
Oh man, yeah, these guys are well. Now Roush has brake damage. It doesn't look like he was using his brakes to begin with, and now he has an excuse. He doesn't have any brakes. But I want to go through the track a little bit, see where everybody's at, the spacing between everybody. It looks, I don't think Schwartz is catching W. I think they're maintaining the gap.
It's looking like if Frylock and Squeller keep fighting, D. Westberg might be able to catch up with these guys and have a three-way battle for fourth there.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are the top five right here. I mean, D. Westberg, I mean, the Silver Series champion, he wants to prove he belongs, and he gets up in that top five. He's making a lot of noise. A lot of noise.
Absolutely saying I'm here and I'm ready to keep up with you guys and show you what I can do.
Let's see. Let's look from D. Westberg. I mean, yeah, he is there. 5 laps to go. Them two guys, they're racing. D. Westberg wants in on some of the action. Right now, it seems like these back 4 guys have figured out what they're going to do. And I don't think anything's going to transpire out of these guys. At least I hope not. We got 2 more laps until the caution cut off. I know W just wants to hurry up and finish this next lap and get to lap 38. That way there is no more cautions. I don't think he's going to catch any lap traffic. Who knows? But I want to pop on board right here with Roush and AYDY as these two guys are battling it out, trying to catch up to Bobby. And Luke, man, AY, he has 59% left. Will he DNF? Who knows?
I'm at 80.
Yeah, it's we're not too sure. Anything can happen, obviously, but I do want to point out that Schwartz is now under that 57 mark with a 56.96.
So we got 3 guys under that 57 mark. Well, he seems to be running the fastest laps of his race right now. Wonder if he can catch up to him.
There you go, Roush.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking through shorts here and coming through this long right turn. I can't even see W. So I think we need to change his name from I think I can W to I can't see W.
I didn't believe it for a while there.
I mean, that'd be the right name to go. But I'm going to tune into the drivers, let them know no more cautions. No more cautions, guys. That's caution cut off. We're agreeing to the end. All right, so now we're agreeing to the end. 3 laps to go. W just put down his quickest lap time. He can taste victory.
And Schwartz also put down his quickest lap time. He had a .965, 56.965, and now he's got a 56.96 flat.
So the battle I want to look at now, since I don't think the back half is going to wreck. I didn't want to miss that wreck. I'm looking at this battle for 4th with Frylock, Squeller, and D. Westberg. What do you think's going to happen here with these guys coming in on 2 laps to go?
So I know how Squeller likes to race. I've been racing with him the longest out of anybody in PRA. What he's going to want to do is he's going to want to sit behind Frylock here at least till the end of this lap, and he might for a little bit in the next lap, and he wants to pass him right near the end. And once he does, he's going to drive very defensively, which is going to slow them down, and D West might be able to make a move on them at that point. But if he keeps making little mistakes like that where Frylock gets the edge, I don't know if it's going to happen.
I did say W didn't have to worry about lap traffic, but he can see him on the radar now. But I don't think he's going to catch up to him with 1 lap to go. Coming up on 1 lap to go. Bobby AY, they're racing pretty hard. Roush 10th. Luke Mann in his final couple laps in a single solo competitive event is in 7th. D. Westberg has closed the gap. This is the battle we're going to be watching with Frylock, Squeller, and D. Westberg. D. Westberg, we've mentioned it. He wants to let everybody know that he belongs in Gold Series, and this is him getting a taste relatively of what Gold's going to be like. And these guys, they're going to know he's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, absolutely, and keeping up with some of the faster guys in Gold for sure, especially when W and Schwartz head up to the Global Series. I mean, Zuri's, Frylock, and Squeller, in theory, are 3 of the quickest guys in Gold Series now, and D West is right there with them.
You know, I want to talk about Zuri's here. We keep saying that he's that he's the oval ace. Well, he might need to be the road course ace right now. He might feel disrespected, but however, the man of the hour, the man of the evening, I think I can W. He needs to take away the I think and just put I can W coming around the last corner on this long straightaway. He makes it through, 97 health left. W leads it from flag to win the PRA Invitational. And looks like Schwartz is going to be coming in second. Zuri's the oval ace is going to round out the podium, making his name known on the road course. Frylock looks like he's going to get fourth, and Squeller right behind him in fifth.
DUS right behind in sixth. That was a close battle for fourth. Very good racing out of everyone there. Luke, man, sad to say goodbye to him for now, but looks like he's going to be coming in seventh here. I don't think AY will be able to catch him on the last turn unless he crashes into this wall.
Yep, Luke, man, seems like he's going to end his PRA career for now with the 7th place finish in the PRA Invitational. AYDY is going to finish 8th. Bobby 9th, and Roush, I don't think he's going to make it to the finish line. Just sums up his evening right there. finishing in 10th. All right, guys. Me and Wired, we appreciate everybody for tuning in to this race. W, a well-earned victory by that man right there. And we'll see you guys next week. Or actually, we'll see you guys on Sunday for the League versus League against the Slim Squad.